We've launched Faces Blockchain Limited with Block Commodities, a UK fertilizer distributor that's heavily into fintech and blockchain today. And the reason FinComEco has gone into that joint venture is because there's a massive opportunity for financial inclusion across Africa with social impact. And to a large part, there's about 700 million smallholder farmers across Africa of small nature, of medium nature and so forth, that don't really have access to traditional finance, traditional banking services that you and I do. So it's all about providing them access to finance much more cost effectively, and we can leverage the blockchain to do that. So borrow crypto assets cost effectively and lend those to farmers against the provision of the right types of inputs, so pesticides, fertilizer and seed, so that they get much cheaper inputs, much cheaper finance, and because of the right type of inputs they can increase production. Obviously, once they increase production, it's all about getting them better access to markets, and that's where the FinComEco commodity exchange strategy comes in. In addition to financial inclusion, as these income streams go up for farmers, they then have all of a sudden disposable income, so they start to demand services that you and I take for granted. Swarm are a West Coast US-based firm, and they're effectively an institutional crowdfunding platform, but their ethos is very much like ours. So they're looking at social impact, and their investors are very interested in, obviously for profit, but for profit for good. And so what we're able to do now is list our project for financing on the Swarm platform and reach out to the Swarm community. Now, why is that important? Well, Swarm are a blockchain-based financing platform, but what's great about the Swarm venture is we've created something called FarmCoin, backed by Swarm, and that token in itself has value because it's an infrastructure token. So we can utilize that and the funding behind it to enable all of the infrastructure below what we're doing, and that's big data, that's analytics, that's AI, it's the exchange infrastructure, integrating that together, and that in turn effectively then links to provision of services that overlay the platform. For example, farmer financing that we're speaking about, utilizing the blockchain linked to inputs,